Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, today we're going to go into Vermont for our bullet points edition on this beautiful Sunday. And I'm going to be honest, guys, I'm pretty sure the world is upside down. It's raining cats and dogs. Cats and dogs are sleeping together. The Eagles are singing songs again because hell has frozen over. You cannot make this up. The AFL-CIO is one of the largest democratic pillars of unions in this country. It's the largest in the country. But to say that the AFL-CIO and the SEIU are an underpinning of the Democratic Party in America is the understatement of the century. That's kind of like Trump saying it's not huge. Okay? This is a big deal. They just came out and endorsed gun rights in Vermont, of all places. Far left progressive Vermont. I'm telling you guys, I cannot make this up. It is linked in the description box below. This is so big, and the impact is happening, and you're not hearing about it. This is video 1 of 2. This opinion piece we're going to touch this morning, and tonight at the 9 p.m. slot, we're going to dive into the outcome and what's happening, because this is insane for gun rights, particularly among the far left. Enough setup. Check this out, and I want to know what you guys think on this, because you're not hearing about this on the media. And this is nuts, but let's dive in. I want to hear what you guys think. Enough. Let's see what's up in Vermont. Again, did I say Vermont? Vermont. So whoever has the guns makes the rules. This is an opinion piece focusing on this topic. Listen to this. The Vermont AFL-CIO this past weekend became the first major labor organization in the nation to embrace the right to bear arms, saying its members would actively oppose any unreasonable gun control measure. I'm going to pass out. The labor group's leadership said the effort was necessary to protect against the rise in fascism, white supremacy, and the threat of extremists, the sort who tried to take control of the nation's capital on January 6th. Okay, I don't agree with the reasoning, but I do agree with Americans who have no problem and no failure of the embracing of the Second Amendment, embracing the Second Amendment. Reasoning aside, you have the right. It's in the Bill of Rights in our Constitution. This is part of your right as an American. Flat out. But listen to this. This is crazy town. The issue was pushed by the elected slate of United candidates that has pushed the organization to the left since it took over the leadership in 2019. In fact, the United group elected this past weekend noted that it considers the election a mandate to distance itself from the Democratic Party and to align itself with the Vermont Progressive Party. Now, what's interesting about that is they're not moving from Democrat to Republican or Democrat to Independent. They are going farther left to the progressive wing. And once they got there, they decided to arm themselves, and the right to bear arms is their right, which it is. But it's interesting. They left the Democrats for the socialists. Interesting things are happening. Tell me the Democrats are not in trouble. In what world would Vermont progressives be found campaigning in favor of less restrictive gun control legislation? In what world would Vermont progressives be touting the idea that the state was under threat from armed political extremists and that the best option was for Vermonters to be armed? There isn't one. Again, this is a far left opinion article, right? But listen to what he's saying. Be found campaigning in favor of less restrictive gun control legislation. You guys, this is the stuff that makes me wake up in the morning. But why, as a labor organization, is there the need to pit itself against mainstream Democrats who, on almost every issue, are obviously closer in alignment to them than Republicans ever would be? Where is the advantage? The advantage is they're leaving the Democrats because they're figuring out that Democrats are not doing what they say they're going to, so they're going their own way, which is why they're going farther to the left with progressivism. But they're arming themselves because it is their right. The Democrats have a problem on their hands. This is a situation. We've been talking about it for a while. It's starting to manifest. And the people clapping on the sidelines are Republicans. If another gun control piece of legislation did materialize, they just got support from heretofore an unlikely ally, one with 11,000 members. 11,000 people in Vermont supporting gun rights from previously on the Democratic side of the ticket. You tell me that's not going to have an impact in local and in statewide elections. Okay? And this piece, this is something like you would read not from a progressive labor union. It will also be curious to see if the labor union's words are ever used against them. Consider the following in this past weekend's declaration. This is from the union. Whereas organized labor must not rely on the armed wing of the government to defend democracy, our communities, labor organizations, allies, and regular people in the event of a crisis or attack by fascist, white supremacist, or individual extremists. This is far left AFL-CIO people. This is organized labor turning against the Democratic Party around, of all things, gun rights. This is big, guys, and we're going to dive even deeper in this and the reaction later tonight in the 9 p.m. segment. I want to know what you guys think, and I will see you then to conclude this beautiful piece of Hell Freezing Over.